The Attorney General has appointed a U.S. attorney to take a specific look at the origins of the investigation and spying on candidate Trump and, frankly, President Trump. And so you have a U.S. attorney out of Connecticut. His name, I recall, is John Durham. He's been around forever in the Justice Department, served in various capacities for attorney generals of both parties. So he's seen as someone who is a go-to guy by Justice Department senior leadership. I think he investigated the famous Whitey Bulger case up in Massachusetts, where you had FBI corruption. He also investigated the alleged destruction. It's not alleged, I think they did destroy videotapes of CIA interrogations. He just declined not to prosecute those. That issue. So he's someone evidently that Attorney General Barr trusts to do an investigation here. And it's an investigation well worth conducting. And I'm glad the Attorney General did not appoint a new special counsel, because that would just have generated, beyond the constitutional concerns I've always had about special counsels, or I've been having about special counsels, that would have just generated a new bureaucracy and further delay. The Attorney General, and my guess is his senior leadership and Mr. Durham up in Connecticut, know what to do. They need to do prosecutions. And that means impaneling grand juries, it means gathering documents, it means bringing witnesses in. And because it looks like there was a number of officials who abused their public office, abused the awesome powers, I use awesome in the old-fashioned sense of the word, powers entrusted to them by the American people that allow them to spy on us, and those were powers that are used to protect the nation, not to target politicians that they don't like. And that's exactly what seems to have happened with President Trump. So the appointment of a U.S. attorney to do a criminal investigation, because this is not an administrative review. The Inspector General of the Justice Department, Michael Horowitz, is supposedly doing his FISA review, and that report should be due imminently. Should be made public, I would presume, pretty soon, based on all the reports. But that all he can do is just to ask some questions. He doesn't really have the power to compel testimony the way a U.S. attorney does, with access to a grand jury. And then all he can do then is make referrals for criminal investigations or for criminal cases. So I suspect he probably will have a referral or two. And it's good to know that there's a U.S. attorney up and running, investigating these very issues, that can take the referrals and run with them if need be. Now, do I think anyone individually needs to go to jail? Yeah, I do. I do think they need to be prosecuted at least and be tried, and if a jury finds them to be guilty, they should serve jail time or be held accountable otherwise. People like Peter Strzok, who I think of specifically as misusing his office to target President Trump, or then candidate Trump. Remember the insurance policy texts and the outrageous animus he had towards the subject of his investigation. Animus that wasn't because, hey, Trump is a bad guy, he's involved with Russia. It was like, I don't like Trump politically, we're going to get him. And that was something I think the fact that there's nothing been done to date is troubling. So it's good to know that Attorney General Barr has unleashed the hounds, relatively speaking, in terms of doing a hardcore investigation out of Connecticut.